Dogpatch.
Oh, yes. Let's get into it.
Fruit's in season.
Fruit is everywhere, man, and it's just gorgeous.
Cherries are really good right now.
Peaches are just coming in North Carolina. Amazing.
I had a peach in Nashville at Lily Kane's.
Oh.
Do you remember that peach?
I do.
That was like a life peach.
And there's something about like a warm farmer's market peach, like not one out of the fridge, one that's like got the alive juice enzymes in it.
Factual juices.
Strawberries come into season right around my birthday, May 23rd. And every year I go to this patch near my dad's house and we pick strawberries. And it's just like when you pull it off the vine and eat it right then, when it's just like breathing its last breath.
It's a whole nother fruit.
How we even settled to eat out of season, like, kind of baffles me. I mean, sometimes you just want an apple or you want to make a smoothie or whatever. But the way that a blueberry off the bush in your backyard hits versus a blueberry that was shipped here from Chile is two different species.
I have one major produce gripe. Broccoli. I cannot stand the tight, dense broccoli florets or whatever.
The indoor broccoli?
Whatever, where it's literally... when you cut it, it's just white inside because they try to get as much weight as they can because all produce is charged by the pound by and large. One of my main gripes, like it's been months since I've been able to just get some like long, normal looking,
fluffy,
non-plastic surgery broccoli.
Sure.
You're beautiful.
So today's show is a show that we've been asked by our half dozen viewers many times to do, and that's a Chicago-centric show about the dance music that's come from this glorious town, particularly house.
Yeah. You should do a house show.
Just me?
I'll do one, and then we'll just kind of weave them together.
Is there a big Winston-Salem house tradition? Just say no.
There is a kind of bonkers legacy of Winston and Greensboro techno.
Hold that thought. We'll talk about rave, techno, Jenko life a little bit later in the show. So neither one of us really has the techno gene, as I call it. Because some people are just all techno all day. It doesn't matter. They just need pulse 24/7, something thumping.
What's up, bro?
I don't really have the techno gene. There are parts of the larger techno genre which I certainly like and listen to, etc. And it's a big umbrella, the word techno. It could be fucking ambient. It could be gabber. It could be all kinds of shit. Since we don't have the techno gene and we don't necessarily collect or really know too much about the genre, today we're going to play stuff that was real prescient and predicted what would become kind of like by the book Chicago house, early Detroit techno kind of sound, that like 84 to 88 primal sound that's birthed all of this stuff, from really great music to the worst frosted tip Euro bullshit.
So are we calling this accidental house?
EDM by accident.
Okay.
It also is a chance for us to just play some joints we've wanted to play for people for a while, but we had to kind of like put it in context. So most of this is just going to sound like four on the floor kind of stuff, but it wasn't aimed at the dance floor originally particularly, or at least the kind of dance floor it would eventually wind up on. Because, you know, the trajectory is obviously disco birth house, where it was just like, let's break it down to its core essentials, which is this 4/4 beat thumping nonstop. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that isn't necessarily birthed from disco. It may have been happening at the time of disco. A lot of the stuff we're going to play is from the late 70s, early 80s. But again, it had its eyes on a different prize than, say, the dance floor or like a Prelude 12 or that kind of stuff.
These people did not live in that world.
Not necessarily. You know, they may have reached out to people to help them make the music, but again, it wasn't like, hey, I'm going to make this dance record. This is stuff that accidentally fell into the genre that it belongs. And clearly, if you got into library stuff, which we didn't, you could probably find all kinds of examples of this kind of shit happening. We're not library guys, and we didn't have 6 months to explore every library record, because clearly the Euro library stuff is going to have tons of experimental shit that sounds exactly like Mr. Fingers.
Enhance.
So we'll start off with this thing from Italy from 77, a group called Magnetic System. This is a theme they did for a Godzilla movie. It is available on 45, which is crazy, but that this was just happening in Italy, it literally sounds like the best night you've ever had at the warehouse in like 1985. Were you starting to jack your body?
I'm already terrified of this show.
Dude, your body's going to get jacked.
As promised.
Yes.
100% jack your body guarantee or your money back.
That's really crazy, right?
Well, it made me realize that I think the reason we can make a show like this work is because house is maybe one of the largest umbrellas in music.
If it just has the 4-on-the-4 beat, it could be anything.
So it could be some raga, it could be some Greek dance tune.
In 2023, by now, over the past 25 years, it's just been homogenized to this just like almost AI generated sound of Euro. If you watch somebody's compilation of like Kevin De Bruyne great assists for soccer on YouTube, it always has this just generic 4/4 dumb Novation synth sounds.
Restaurantica.
Yes.
Atmospherica.
Schustorica.
Truly burnt.
But we were also talking earlier about involuntary house.
Yes. Often, a person that doesn't care about music, their exposure to house is what we call secondhand house. And that's just the pulse of the kick drum coming up through your walls from a fucking irritating neighbor at like 4 a.m.
Just loud.
And it never stops.
Incessant.
Anytime a neighbor is annoying the fuck out of you with music, they're not playing classical music. They're playing just generic. That's it.
Yeah, the most wall-penetrating sound in modern music.
Sonically engineered to pass through concrete, wood, brick, cinder block, what have you. And it's strange, too, because the genesis is awesome. You know, all of the early stuff and the stuff we'll be playing today, it's fucking awesome. It's really, really great because it's been distilled to this primal thump, and it's just about the dressing and some of the melodies. So speaking of dressing up, this next track is by Sylvester, a record he made in '79 called I Need Someone to Love Tonight. It came out on Fantasy. It's a classic. It's if you're born in Chicago, you're given it. With your birth certificate comes like Euro 12-inch of this particular record. Interestingly, it comes on 45 twice on Fantasy from '79. And the first issue of it, which has a different number, is this weird demo instrumental, like mad 4-track raw deal. The version that most people know has Sylvester singing on it, and it's amazing as well. But when you get the brick fresh, it's pretty serious. So we'll listen to that now. organic thump, man.
That was produced by Patrick Cowley, and I can really feel him sort of like nudging the nose of the craft, of the vessel towards, you know, the sound that it would eventually arrive at.
Without a doubt. Patrick Cowley being who he was, like clearly he was in the clubs and stuff. But sure, that would get club play. But again, it's about 3 or 4 years before that sound right there became a template in which the entire city of Chicago and a lot of Detroit was making their music according to.
Well, and it sort of reminds me of how Loggins and Messina sort of accidentally are forefathers of the Chicago Steppers sound.
Yes.
This guy also is one of those early people who's part of a disparate roster of Chicago house architects who
weren't from here.
Exactly.
So next we'll listen to another kind of pop experiment that fell into a bag that would be defined as EDM or house or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And this is by Gino Socio, who was kind of a bare-chested Italian disco kind of singer.
Mangia.
And it's a very curious record. It's called So Lonely, and it's on the flip of a more dance floor-oriented thing called Dancer. But it's really short. It's like less than 2 minutes, and it just kind of is. It sounds like an unfinished idea, but in its sketch quality is where everything that's cool lies. So he just kind of put it out there. And it doesn't thump, but it has the pulse, and it'll only take 2 minutes of your time.
You mentioned that song not even having drums in it, but me and my buddy Chris Byerly were listening to Led Zeppelin of all things, and believe it or not, we were smoking pot.
What?
And Chris, he started laughing to himself. He's like, look, I'm sorry, I know this sounds like the most stoner thing ever, but even when John Bonham isn't playing the drums, you could hear him playing the drums.
Yeah.
And that was something where I was like, there's no drums, but you can hear the drums that are sort of implied by that like chugging bass line.
That pulse.
Like,
Yeah. The pulse is so good.
That's the EDM track that never drops.
It builds forever. Also, I didn't put those seagulls on there. Dogpatch is known for the seagulls, but those were already on the record.
I'm already feeling like this is our...
Are we biting Gino Socio?
No, I feel like this is our Ibiza resume. This is our Ibiza demo.
Ibiza?
Budapest? Schlanka?
You've been putting together a pretty tight Goa set recently, right? What about Proto Goa? You have any Proto Goa in the bag?
These are spoilers for future episodes of Dogpatch.
Or are they teasers?
Glass half empty, glass half full.
So undoubtedly, we're going to have hard house heads and stuff being like, these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
We don't.
Because we don't. Exactly.
We started the show by saying that, right?
Major caveat. We're just playing stuff that has a 4/4 beat that is kind of interesting or a little bit predictive of what may have happened.
You asked for a Chicago house show, and we found a way to give it to you and not give it to you at the same time.
Always like that now.
So this next thing we're going to listen to is by a group that frankly changed my life as a kid. One of the first cassettes I ever bought was the Art of Noise Invisible Silence. I didn't know what it was. I bought it because I thought the cover was intriguing, and it just happened to be some really inventive and kind of progressive music for the time. So we're going to listen to an Art of Noise song called Hoops and Mallets. It's got everything, little rolling hi-hats. It's almost proto drum and bass and jungle, even further into the kind of like electronic music canon than like, say, mid-'80s house from Chicago. But as I demonstrated to you, if you get this on 45, and it's like a nickel on 45, played at 33, it's unbelievable on 33. Like truly one of the most incredible bits of sample bass / electronic music ever made. But even at its normal speed, shit is way in the cut. One of the few bits of music in the annals of music history where the main rhythm track is a recording of somebody playing ping pong.
You heard it here first.
And the Art of Noise did that a couple times. They've used a ping pong kind of metronome where they recorded themselves playing ping pong and then made it into a percussion element.
I was going to say that those guys are really good at ping pong to be able to keep it on tempo.
Bass, drums, guitar, synth. Ping pong.
I didn't know that about you in the Art of Noise cassette, but I do remember we hadn't known each other that long, and it was one of those wild, wild nights after Sheer Magic coming back here and listening to the 1 minute, 12-second, 12-inch version of Art of Noise Moments in Love.
I can't recall the name of whatever that particular mix is, because Moments in Love has like 500 billion different mixes. But that one, I believe, was just the stabs.
It fades out just as it stops fading in. There's maybe a half-inch band of information on a 12-inch record. And the rest of it's
there's
just
very little grooves.
blank.
It's mostly dead wax. Killer. Art of Noise is really underappreciated group. Like
A duo, right? Guy and a girl?
Well, yes. Trevor Horn was there at the beginning, and he often gets cited as kind of like the architect of it, but actually it's Ann Dudley and J.J. Jeshelik.
Okay.
By and large, those are not names that you hear anyone say.
not.
You hear Trevor Horn's name all the time because, he did all kinds of massive shit. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. He reinvented Yes for Owner of a Lonely Heart and has the Funk Incorporated sample and all that kind of stuff. Art of Noise, top 5 in my book, all time.
Awesome.
So moving along, you can definitely find super accidental examples of the sound we've kind of loosely been describing on early electronic music records. We did not spend too much time exploring that world looking for examples, but there are many. But we will feature one notable one here. Unfortunately, it's very, very short, but we're featuring it because of its vintage. This is from '63, and this is the BBC sound artist Delia Derbyshire, who's experienced a little bit of a renaissance. There's been a lot of reissues of her stuff because she was truly a pioneer in electronic music, but also just in sound design in general. But the fact that this thing is from '63 is pretty crazy.
Well, when we were preparing for this show, I was looking at some interview, black and white footage of her in the studio, and it was really crazy because she would have, 4 reel-to-reel machines all in a row, all with just a singular tape loop on them playing one sound. And she just sort of effortlessly started one, it would have the bass drum on it. Start the next one, it would have some counter percussion on it. Start the next one, it would have some little bit of melodic information. And to be completely honest with you, I had never put it together that that's where we get the term loop from.
Really? Just clean out your locker. You're out of here.
I get shown the door at least once per episode, so
goodbye.
People of what I'm going to call the hip-hop generation, people that are my age, that came of age in the 80s and early 90s, and if you were on some creator shit or involved in rap or hip-hop music and you like the production side of things, invariably you made pause tapes. If you didn't have a sampler, you could have a tape deck hooked up to your turntable, find the little part of music you like, record it, pause it, rewind the record, and make your own little loops.
Unpause it right when the phrase you wanted came back around.
Make a cheap loop on a cassette. And I still have those tapes that I made from high school. And it's kind of hilarious to hear some of the things that you're like I'm going to loop Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder.
Sure. Just the things you latch on to.
I'd like to see a comprehensive overview and history of the pause tape because everybody did them. Of a certain generation, people in California, but probably European people. It's a poor man's production tool.
Well, and I don't feel like there was an episode of Yo MTV Raps that was like how to do a pause tape. I think this was just sort of something that was passed.
It was like a folk tradition. We digress. This is this little bit of Delia Derbyshire music from 1963.
sapient creature, impatient demise after coming so far. Oh, how tired we are. We've been buying up time, eating up space, long distance runners in a human disgrace of loneliness, of loneliness.
So that was John Bender from Cincinnati, Ohio from 1980.
Speaking of Ohio, I'm kind of getting hints of Reznor in there.
There's definitely some Reznor on the back end.
It's like Reznor over Castlevania.
It also opens up a Pandora's box for us, because if we started to explore the cassette and fringe world of like minimal synth and all that stuff, of course you're going to get examples like that. So that was our one feature to let you know that, like, if you really wanted to go down that hole, there's no shortage of weird cassettes from Europe and America and Japan that would absolutely fulfill the quest of this show.
We're showing you the off-ramp. We're not taking the off-ramp.
We've told you that you could go down the cassette route to find this. Also, you could get on the international global route, because weird sounds were happening all over the world as technologies progressed, and the kind of overwhelming sound of disco permeated the whole planet, and the four on the floor thing kind of became the bedrock of almost all music, as we described earlier. Frosted Tips.
Pants.
So India wasn't immune to this, and there's a great record from 1982 by a guy named Shah Ranjit Singh called 10 Ragas to a Disco Beat, where it's kind of a geezer who said, I'll take these kinds of rhythms and play maybe cheap, maybe expensive synthesizers over it and market it as disco, with incredible results. That this is from 82 and happening in like Delhi is a little bit hard to fathom. incredible Lada Ramasar and the Ramasar family, the greatest name that lives, which sounds like suicide, like Martin Rev Allen Vega, but happening in Trinidad in like 1980, oblivious to anything that's going on.
That one's over the top for me. I mean, that is top womp. That is something that's just a really special tune.
Every single person I've ever played that for has a very strong opinion on it.
That's just something different.
Yeah.
And again, it's devotional.
Yes, it's a religious song.
But completely has broken the blueprint for a devotional tune.
I would probably go to raves if that was the music that was played for 72 hours over the course of a weekend. You'd probably go mad and need to hit the chill out room.
Chillin'.
Oxygen bar.
Take comfort in knowing there's always a chill out room.
When's the last time you were at a rave, John? I'll give you a second to think about it.
Well, I have a very early history of going to as a 14, 15-year-old, going to the Millennium Center in Winston-Salem and Babylon in Greensboro for, kind of what my friends would call Taco Bell techno. At the time, Taco Bell had made a techno CD that you got when you bought like a
3 Gorditas
Chalupa Grande meal.
Taco.
And we had a friend named Alan Jarman who just listened to it constantly. We were like, oh, that Taco Bell techno.
You went to a festival of Taco Bell techno?
No, but I'm just saying that was sort of the sound that was in vogue when I was going to these raves as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. The Jinkos, the visors.
The Shelto Adidas?
The Shelto Adidas with the baggy Jinko hanging over it.
Turtles?
Did you know that Jinko is an acronym?
I'm not going to try to guess what it means. I was just ruminating on what it... Is it something company?
It is not.
Hit me.
Judge none, choose one.
6 million ways to die.
I think they're back.
I had heard that.
Like I saw like a picture of like ASAP Rocky or Travis Scott or something wearing some like ballroom Jenko looking shit.
Mr. Jinko is back. He's back at the boardroom.
Did you ever have a pair?
I found them at my dad's house recently while I was clearing them out. They were Jinko shorts that were very light wash denim with black stitching.
I never had a pair of Jenkos. No way. A really close friend of mine, though, went all in on the Jenko thing. Jason Schrader, shout out. He might not have had any other pants but Jenkos.
Pacifier vibes?
So next up, we're going to play a very obvious record, but it illustrates what we've been describing maybe better than anything we've played today, and that's the E2, E4 record by Manuel Gottsching, which, John, you didn't even know about until like 30 minutes ago. You literally sent me a text some time ago, and you're like, what's up with E2, E4? I'm like, how old are you?
You don't know how much courage it takes me to send you those text messages. But it's great. It's so good.
It's fucking incredible.
It's so good. Like, this is kind of all I want to listen to.
It occupies this great space because you can listen to it actively, but just as well, you can listen to it inactively. And I will say that if you listen to it inactively, it does sound a little generic. In 2023, in 1984, this shit was fucking razor's edge cool, man. Like,
well, it's not confrontational, just like you said. It's just something that you'd have to be really ticked off to hear this and be like, man, cut this shit off.
Well, if Manuel Gottsching decided to go on some like blurred lines litigation tear, he could take down like 90% of the electronic music made post 1984. Insane how like clairvoyant this shit is. E2, E4. And keep in mind that that's like 40 minutes long. I just played a short excerpt of it. It just expands into this techno cloud of utter beauty.
Dudes in Germany were just on it, man.
And haven't even discussed Kraftwerk on this show. And clearly, like, that is one of the essential strands of the DNA in all electronic music once they were on the scene. Mm-hmm. So in your embarrassment while we were listening to Maino Gotching, you were looking on Discogs for an affordable copy of E2, E4?
I mean, I just sort of arrived at, like, if it comes from Germany and it's official, then I'm just going to assume it came from a decent sound source.
And that record has to be mint just because of the delicacy and nuance of all of it. So ask for a sound clip. Speaking of sound clips.
So this is a callback to one of our most reviled shows, but apparently you've got a little yarn to spin about Jerry Lewis. The
Discogs marketplace has been flooded with scam sellers. People that are taking the data from the want lists or whatever, stuff that sells all the time, and then putting it for sale like at affordable prices. And it was literally like some kind of AI program mole thing that was just absolutely polluting the Discogs marketplace. Some of these more enterprising scammers would go and look on PopSec or something and find sound clips to give an air of legitimacy or whatever. Well, one of the, I don't remember the name of it, some like Disco Dance 12-inch. Well, the data that they were mining was an old auction that our friend Chris Carnahan had. So the sound clip was still live because he still had it in some cloud somewhere or whatever. So I brought this to his attention and I said to him, I was like, change the file that's in the cloud to Jerry Lewis. So this clip was getting reposted on these listings on Discogs for like a solid year. So if anybody went to go listen to whatever this Disco 12-inch was, they'd get hit with fucking Jerry Lewis.
Rock me, Jerry Lewis.
Oh my God, that is so gratifying to hear. So you're basically like trolling the trolls.
It's like a telescoping of trolling. Brilliant turn of events. Shout out to Carnahan for taking my advice and making the sound clip. Not just anything, but Jerry Lewis.
Not to make this episode the one where we bitch about Discogs, but is there anything more useless than the Discogs want list?
It's ruined by all these scam sellers because if you have it in your want list, whatever the item may be, you're going to get the notifications like non-fucking stop.
If I meet somebody in person and I find out you're relisting your Discogs inventory every day, like, I'm throwing hands on sight. Like, I'm sick of it.
You're preaching to the choir, brother.
It's a great idea. It's a great system to have in place, but it's just being abused by the most gruelers.
Well, what's interesting about the site is that it was birthed out of this kind of music. It was made to document dance, house, techno. That's why if you look up like a common label name like Golden Records, the first 4 Golden Records are some like shit from Latvia from like 1997 that you've never even heard about. It's kind of insane in that regard. So we've listened to an hour or so of what proto house, whatever you want to call it, proto EDM, shit that we define as such. Again, I did a cursory little Google search like proto house, what are people talking about? And most of it was early Boyd Jarvis productions, some early Shep Pettibone, stuff that was disco and aim for the dance floor.
Disco is a pretty obvious path. We kind of went through the woods to get to the same destination.
So we're going to play a straight house record to close the show, and one that has probably been on Discogs since the first day of Discogs because it's always been a grail. It's from Chicago. It's by a fellow named Marcus Mix. Here recording as Eminem. The song is called I Want a House. It's on Missing Records. It's always been a grail-ass item. Everything Marcus Mix does is super awesome. And to us, it represents the kind of culmination of everything that we like about this stuff, the shit that we've played this past hour, and its ultimate manifestation as a record defined as Chicago house.
So thank you for listening to our Dogpatch Ibiza audition tape. I'm John Kirby.
I'm Dante Carfagna. Always jack your acid. Don't forget to jack your acid. Always be jacking acid. Is your acid jacked?
For an acid jacking lasting longer than 5 hours, consult a physician.
Consult Mr. Fingers.